It's one of my clip-on lenses that I used to. I'd run it on the phone during broadcasts, but I'll take it off. I found it not too long ago, so I was excited. I'm at your door and you're looking through the peephole, and I'm about to spit the dumbest shit you ever heard. As usual. As usual. All right, let me put this back up. Where do we start? Do we start? Do we even start, or is it time to finish this? Oh, I like that. So I need to ask you a question, or not ask you a question, maybe more of a favor for your people that are running Game Reaper baits, because I went over to their website because I was doing some I was trying to see where I was going to send some malware. I don't know if they can't hear you or not. And the plastics,
My bad, Ernest.
all of the plastics except for the Oscars, it does not tell you how many, like the quantity.
Nope.
You can select your size and your color, and then there's no quantity.
Mm-hmm.
Do they know that?
They do not.
All right, I'll make some calls. But
Yep.
not that I was going to be. I should be buying any tackle anytime soon, but if I wanted to, I'm trying to figure out how many in the bag. And I know it says like, oh, if you want bulk, like $50 or $50, 50 quantity
bulk of
bulk
50,
bags
yeah.
are available. You just gotta call them.
Yep.
So I was gonna call that number and say, hey, what's the quantity of the regular bags, right quick, just to see if I could do some reverse engineering. So you have the special protein bag, so I don't know how applicable that is to the rest of them.
So I don't have the special protein bag. I have the regular consumer stuff, but I got it at a protein discount. So this is their pick, one of my favorites that they have. It's like the straight tail shaky. So in this one it came 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. 8 in that one. So there. Let me see what else I got in here. I'm trying to grab the ones I know I didn't touch. I think I didn't touch, and I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. All right, so I think these are the Plan Bs. Yeah. So this is their trick worm style.
That's what I was looking at too. Yeah.
And I know I've used one of these, so just add one to that. And I'm guessing it's probably going to be the same. So 3, 4, 5, 9, 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any of the black grape color? Because I also got the black grape color.
No, I didn't get black grape. I got South African special, brother.
SAS. Okay.
Yeah, it's good. That South African special. The home pond, the local pond fish, what they did to the South African special, I need to put a first 48 out.
Oh, damn.
Dog, they would bite it in half and then come back and just inhale it. Yo, Pat, thank you so much for that resub. Like, in their plastic floats, so you can see the damage after they like finish eating it. And I get them in the boat. I'll have South African special chunks floating next to the boat, dude. I was like, yeah, what do y'all do? I was thoroughly impressed by how they were hitting it. Yo, Pat, once again, man, I appreciate that so much. But yeah, South African special. The grape one, I always get June bug, and the grape one was a little bit more ultraviolet than the June bug. It wasn't as dark. So, but yeah, I'll definitely message them and tell them, put quantity on there for the ones that don't know and want to order.
The ones that don't know. Yes. How many Oscars did you get?
An arm sleeve full. So it was, I think about.
An Oscar spread. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was about 8 or 9.
I seen a dude on Facebook Marketplace had 2 Koiki full casts for $100
Mm-hmm.
each.
Each. Yep, that's the price. I got a guy. I know a guy out here. He has 2. One is actually signed by uh, Bassmaster, Elite Angler. He has that in in green pumpkin, and then he also has both are full casts, so they're the big ones. So he has that in green pumpkin, and he has one in Scuppernong. I'm like, bro, you're sitting on a mortgage payment right now because those are the ones that won Bassmaster on Santee. Those were the 2 colors that were very successful for the Johnston brother, and then the ones that Polnick was using was like the blue black or the blue purple, no, blue green and green pumpkin, and he had the custom green, or yeah, he had a custom green blue from whoever his buddies are that he called.
Yeah, that's a little fishy too, but we're not going to look too deep into all that.
Yeah.
Because they're too busy. Like, you know what? So let's get some special edition colors, and then let's make sure day 2 gets canceled when the kayak.
Yeah, all the guys in the top 5 of the kayak side were offshore throwing them. Mostly everybody was throwing a urchin style bait. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could put the wager on what day 2 would have looked like, but I guess it's kind of pointless at this point. So
my biggest fish in practice came off of urchin too.
So that I mean, we can pretty much say it doesn't matter if you're in the glitter boat or the plastic boat. That's kind of where that's where we're going right now.
The hype. So I will say the hype is real for this bait. Like the minnow craze. You had to get the right minnow. You had to get the right minnow head type style, and then you was pretty good at it, and you could just buy in bulk. These ones you can't buy in bulk, or you can just buy third party, but the fish don't like them. They do not like them. Bass will extreme discrimination will tear that thing apart. Tear it apart. Oh, also talk about Brandon Polnick. My boy was still out there practicing. That Thursday night when I went to Relax Retreat, he was over in the Johnston's spot where he got the biscuit. I don't know if you saw that clip where the owner of Relax Retreat tossed him a biscuit.
Came on down in the dock there.
Yeah, Brandon Polnick was back there just scoping. I'm like, my man said, I'm not losing on Santee Cooper ever again.
I mean, gotta respect it, I guess.
I mean, his next tournament is in our backyard, so there really wouldn't be a need for him to go out somewhere for 2.5, 3 weeks, then come back into Albemarle Sound and get all sound sided again.
Shit. When is that? What dates is that one again?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's next weekend.
Is it next weekend? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I think it's next week for Bassmaster.
Dang, I'm trying to figure out if I can get down there to get some. I don't know what I'm gonna get. Something. The 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Damn.
Yeah.
So next week, 11th through the 14th.
Another scary part. Little Birdie told me those fish haven't seen the damn koiki yet either. They've been eating it.
Man, they're about to. I'm just trying to imagine how many flounder they're going to get throwing that damn thing. I know a flounder will hit the shit out of one of those things if it hits the bottom.
A flounder destroying that thing.
Oh my god. No, that's going to be. It's going to be Flounder Master Classic down there.
Fluke Master.
Okay, that'll be fun. Then I gotta look at the schedule.
Yep.
and try to figure out if I can mosey on that way, bring an air horn to the way in, and try to see how fast that lasts. Sweet. All right. Got that. Okay. So what's your anything on your schedule this month?
Nope. Until the end of the month, the 27th, I think. Yeah, the 27th is my next tournament. I am resting, relaxing, and probably just gonna do some fun fishing.
Do people still do that nowadays?
Man, you know, people do that.
I haven't. I don't see much fun being had at the boat ramp when everybody's pissed and cussing and fussing. Boy, let me tell you,
Bruh.
I don't blame them though. Hell yeah.
How?
Seasonal shifts.
Bro, seasonal shifts. They're doing it. The fish have been moving.
The big question nobody asked is with the drought conditions. I mean, they're used to the temperature swings. They can always get cooler. They know what to do.
Yeah.
Thermoclines and all that stuff. They're not worried. They don't care about our weather. We know this.
Facts.
But they do care about their environment being altered by drought, among other things, industrial runoff. Data centers are popping up everywhere, so you got a lot of wastewater getting thrown around.
Do you have any built in your area yet?
Our city council supposedly met yesterday, I think, and I believe the takeaway message was they're trying to prevent it. Because we do have some undersea cables that come through here that are like from overseas.
Oh yeah.
And there was a couple beach fronts that were altered to allow entry of all the equipment, and then it's all a bunch of secretive stuff. But essentially, there's already a lot of data transmission, but in terms of the centers and all the things that come along with, I mean, there's been some kickback, but the money's going to do what the money does. So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But there's not a lot of support. But I mean, that'll transpire however it transpires. But
for sure.
The water in itself around here, there's still active farming that's going on. A lot of agriculture is still being processed.
Thanks, Andy.
There's a lot of Andy culture is being processed.
Andy cultured.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, and frankly, they just don't give a shit about fish around here. There's no tourism dollars.
Yeah.
There's no incentive. I mean, the ocean's the ocean, so who cares?
Who cares?
That's just going to be the ocean.
Yep.
But in terms of anything, once you get it inland, there's no rationale, reason, or otherwise incentive for anybody to give a damn.
Yeah.
So there's no rescue of any kind or emergency. Like, there's stocking takes place at whenever it takes place. Like, they don't really give a shit. Like, if somebody says, hey, we need to go build this there, if there's water retention areas and stuff, they're just going to drain them. There's no second thought.
Yep.
So I mean, that exists regardless. But like the droughts, there's no saving the drought. There's just not. They don't care. They won't care. At least around here, probably not anywhere, because everybody's hurting.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, most cities are going to be like, oh yeah, you got extra money to come in? Yeah, destroy my city real quick. Come on.
Just do it.
No.
As long as ChatGPT can self-diagnose me when I can't get to the doctor, then I guess it's worth it.
Yep, the world is a better, or the United States is a better place when ChatGPT is out there being a doctor with no,
hell yeah,
with no schooling.
At least now it does give the disclaimer, like, this is not medical advice.
Yep.
And then you just add the prompt, like, pretend you're giving medical advice.
Mm-hmm. Make me feel good. Make me feel good about the advice you're giving me too.
We got some pliers and some ice packs in the bathroom, hoping for the best. Oh man, sad state of affairs. But I mean, that's watching some of the recent content. Everybody, the trends are there. All the big channels are doing what to throw in June.
Yeah, I did see that. That did pop in my feed.
Do you have any particular month-to-month channels that you go to watch to see what they're talking about?
No. So my rule of thumb is if they have a name on their channel and they're doing certain baits, I look at all of them, see which ones are similar, but I don't click any of them because most of the time they stay with what they're being, what they're trying to sell. So when I start seeing more familiarized things, then I'm like, okay, oh, there's a frog there. Oh, there's a chatterbait there. Oh, there's a minnow. Okay, so that's what they're all going to talk about. So we're good. And then if there's something one-off, like, oh, okay, that guy's probably talking about one-off. And, okay, it's under his brand. Don't worry about it. That's a pass. So I normally just look at their thumbnails just to get the information that I want to. But no, I don't click on, I don't have a month-to-month at this point person to advertise their goods. Who do you normally follow? Because I would definitely trust.
Alicon.
Okay, well, Alicon doesn't post the month to months.
You got to be on the Patreon list.
Oh, I didn't know about that. See, I've been in the Discord looking at his scope feats.
You're finding bridges and sunken cars and evidence and crimes. Man, we got cold cases. He about to break cold cases wide open out here. It's a great thing.
I think I did scope a body sitting on the bottom when I was out there.
I wish I didn't bring that up, but now you got to tell the details.
Oh no, I was just scoping an area, and definitely I didn't mark it so I can forget about it. But the shape of it was almost like a shoulder to a head. Yeah.
Where was this?
At Santee.
Did you tell anybody?
No, I haven't said a stream. I was like, I think that's a body. I hope it's not a body. I'm just going to keep moving. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
8 feet of water on the bottom.
And you marked it?
No, I did not mark it because I don't want to remember where it was. Yep. It could have been a brush pile. It could have been a particularly set up brush pile. But, as I said, that looked like a body that's like, if I was a silhouette, that's what it looked like.
All right, just so I can sleep tonight, here's what that was. So, like the mannequins at like a store and stuff, I think somebody had rented like a mannequin, or not rented, probably stole, and had it on the boat for like somebody to talk to.
And it fell off, you think?
And the wind, because the wind's bad there.
Wind's very bad.
Yeah, the wind blew it off of the seat.
Yeah. Or it could have...
Filled with water.
Yeah. Yeah. It could have been a pre-cut cypress tree, too. Like, I don't know. Could have been a tree down there. Well, I didn't cast to it. I didn't check it. It just, when I looked at it, I was like, oh, that don't look right. Compared to what I was looking at all around. But, yeah.
See, now that's another... not that I needed another reason, because I don't have the funds, but there's another reason to never mess with that kind of technology.
Oh, yeah. But I'm going to be completely honest. If it was a body, the turtles and the gators wouldn't let that thing survive down there. You know what I mean?
Unless it has some, like, witchcraft shit on it.
You're not wrong.
I've watched enough episodes of Goosebumps.
R.L. Stein will put you in
documentary.
Put you in a spot. Oh, okay, yeah.
Not the books.
Not the books.
The documentary.
Jesus Christmas.
That's what's up. All right, we gotta change the topic. Let's see. Yeah, the month to month. I don't believe. I mean, okay, so we're talking seasonal shifts and patterns, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's still going to be, I get that, right? There's still going to be patterns, but I think a lot of it, I'm not going to say what you were throwing 2 months ago, you still can't throw now.
Facts.
And be fine. The trends are going to trend. We're going to see all that happen regardless. So that's what's new, right? Yep. I think it's more of, you have, I mean, there's some going to be shallow. There's some that are going to be deep. What are you going to do? You're going to throw what you know, or you're going to go where you go, and that's as far as it has to. I mean, okay, cool. So if you're fun fishing, which I'm still not convinced exists, okay, what does that mean? We'll just do whatever we want to. But then if you got people, kicking off like the weekday or the weekday evening, the nightlies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's still the competitive aspect. There's still the folks that are trying to kind of like increase the chances of having a productive competition outing, I'm not convinced that there's really a good reason right now to be doing a lot of things different. If anything, the topwater door opened a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, I mean, I don't know if I would be dragging a jig around very often because you could probably keep it moving and keep things happening. I don't know about you, but I've been finding around here the bigger fish, they don't want something slow and low. Like they wanna hunt. They wanna go after some shit. And if they want to do it, boy, I got the boxes, all kinds of moving shit ready to move for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're definitely got that dog in them right now. But going back to what you were saying about like just the shifting of it, one of the patterns that I've definitely noticed is the one is the moving baits, but I also I'm sorry, not patterns, in my techniques. When you're just like you said, the low and slow, I'm now my shaky heads are moving like this. My drop shots are going like I'm picking and going, getting hit. Like I don't have to move as slow and as methodical as I was in the spawn and pre-spawn, and now I can like it doesn't matter if it's a finesse bait, I can move it fairly fast and still get a reaction from a good sized fish now, and it's been really I won't say eye opening, but I don't know, it's more likable, and it's like a light bulb clicked. Like, hey, it's a finesse bait. You can still move it as if it was a power bait. You just just make sure you're keep the Nico rig, making sure I'm still getting bottom contact. So instead of doing big hops, I'm just doing like little jiggles in slow reels. So now it's just dragging and ticking on the bottom, bro. That's been, oh man, that was fun. That's what been getting bit in half. What I was telling you about with the South African special. But yeah, like that pattern that I same pattern or same baits that I was using during spawn. Same thought process. I'm still like maybe 2 to 3 feet off of the bank, parallel, coming back to me, and then sometimes going further. But anyway, as long as I'm moving the bait faster, same area, same baits, I'm still getting the same quality of fish that I was getting in the spawn, and it definitely has been a really, really good like check mark in the mental notebook of fishing. Like this time coming out of that spawn, I can still be very effective what I had tied on a month ago. I agree to that one, hands down. But now I can throw my chatterbait and it just gets smashed. Before the chatterbait would get nibbled, or maybe one fish would get. Now it's definitely getting assaulted left to right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's been fun. The rain has been nice, but we need like another 21 days of rain for anything to get back to normal, sadly.
Yeah, they had Noah down there breaking his ark apart and selling the scraps to try and get some soda money because it's like we don't need it.
Yeah, it's definitely been rough. I thought that week of rain, which it was more drizzles than heavy rain most days, I thought that was going to do it for us, and it did not. So,
was it last week or whatever? We had like 5 days. The forecast was like 5 days of rain or whatever.
Yeah, it was like 10 days. Time. Yeah, like 10
now
days.
I'm thinking like this will be awesome. We're gonna absolutely just calibrate straight back to where we need to be. Nope. And then like the day before, it's supposed to start. Okay, now it's just cloudy, and then the next day, okay, scattered. All right.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah. Absolutely nothing.
It was horrible. What's up, Missy? Hey, Waves. Yeah, it wasn't enough water. Even looking at the home pond, the areas that were now exposed and were slightly with that sludgy mud, grass has grown in them. Like grass is literally migrated into the sludge mud and is grown into it. So I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be bad. I mean, once it fills up, it'll be awesome fishing again in a little home pond. But until then, it's time for it to start land before timing in that primordial pool, and the bigs are going to start coming out. So we'll see who's going to be the survivor of this drought.
Yeah. So the side effects are probably difficult to ignore at this point. I mean, like boat ramps are like inoperable
Yeah.
too. Some of them I've heard. Not that I'm traveling around, but you'll see something pop up on the Facebook groups talking, "Hey, the boat ramp so and so's closed.
I can't believe it.
Fucking exposed."
Yep.
Like, shit.
Be careful. Watch your bottom. Don't you're gonna scrape your transducer. Don't even go. Meanwhile, kayakers over there like, yes, tell me more.
Just trying to figure out where the grass is low enough we can slip through some trees,
Trees,
and start
yeah.
jumping in that bitch. Hell yeah.
Yeah, nobody gonna know I'm out there. Yep.
Good times.
Yeah, Santee didn't have too many ramps. Well, it didn't have any closed ramps, but it definitely had some ramps that were like, whoa, the water used to be here. Good luck getting your boat in now. But they all were fairly, like, except for Jack's Creek, everything else was like really nicely paved or upkept. But yeah, when that water was low, you'll realize, like, you'll be going, I backed the truck down because I was doing some wet launches. So I'm backing the truck down, and eventually I'm sitting like this. I'm like, huh. Look back. Huh. Man. Then I go back and look. I look. Kayak is like this, and like the whole truck is like this. Kayak is like, yeah, I'm ready to just go into the water. I'm like, all right, well, and then sure enough, just slides out right into the water. I'm like, yo, this place needs some milk.
Dang.
Damn, ramp needed some milk, but yeah, no.
They get a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of people that travel there for that activity, right? So like
Yeah.
your boat ramps being shut down, that's basically just clamping down income revenue for the
Yeah.
local area. I remember you saying, what was it, or somebody on Instagram was talking about like the warden was like, make sure you like spend money in the business, and all that
yeah.
kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, because that's legit revenue.
No,
They
yeah.
want people to be like, yes, we're going to get out on the Santee Cooper Lakes because this is what we need to be. That means, we're spending all that money and we're, getting Airbnbs and hotels and got to get groceries and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's cash flow.
Yeah, yep. And so I didn't know this, but like when you buy fishing anything, like if you go to any tackle store and things like that, the sales tax, some of that sales tax goes straight into your state's wildlife.
Oh.
Yeah, the only thing that doesn't get hit by that same tax are electronics, from what I was told. So the finders, the motors and things like that, they will not be, their tax doesn't go into that fund. But everything else that you buy, if you buy minnows, any tackle, rods, reels, anything at the store, they'll normally have a tax that is set aside for the wildlife for the state. It just goes into the wildlife fund, and then after that it's distributed to wherever else it needs to go from there. But yeah, it was pretty dope.
It's my freeze dried shiners.
Yes, you're paying the green pants some salary.
I'll remind him of that next time.
Yeah, don't do that.
Always the next time. Okay. That'll be fun.
Yeah, no, you're starting problems. They probably already saw the clip of you saying you're gonna run, so they got evidence.
I mean,
yeah.
there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So we got. As I look at my renewed vessel registration, we're all they can do whatever they want. My paper's good, usually. I know a guy met on Craigslist. He's got all the templates. All right.
He prints them out.
It's a hobby. It's community service.
It's community service.
Okay, so that's there. Here's a question outside of the seasonal shows. Is the age of mom and pop tackle shops?
Ooh.
Now, okay, there are exceptions. We know there's exceptions.
There's huge exceptions. Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Fair.
In your area, maybe, and there's folks that are watching that could jump in with they got some different perspectives. But is the age of mom and pop, independently owned tackle shops? I think we're kind of there. I mean, I feel like they're on their way out more often than not. Like, I mean, it's 2026. My watch doesn't have a year. Don't know why I looked, but I'd say by like 2030,
I would say sooner than that, but I will also say the one-offs are always going to be the crazy specialty ones around the lakes. Like for instance, I know I'm gonna keep it 100. There's only one like tackle shop near Falls Lake here, and that's Outhouse Tackle, and that place is very specialized in for Falls Lake in general. I'll say Falls and Jordan. They have enough stuff in there that you can make that trip and still get back out to Jordan, but after that, it's really hard to find certain tackle shops. There are some that do exist. I know there's one out in Siler City and maybe one in Sanford, but I mean, it's so hit and miss of like how many there used to be, because you can look back into like the last 6 or 7 years. You can look at that pre-COVID, COVID, and then post-COVID. I can remember at least 5 that are no longer available, mom and pop shops. But but yeah, it's definitely we're going to be on the decline. I mean, but that's any small business at this point, though. So the mom and pop shop of fishing, even though it's so niche, any small business at this point is going to get whooped by the economy. There's no way. It's really hard to survive in this economy, especially as a small business owner, if you don't really have that kind of keen niche kind of specialty. I don't see anything surviving. Like if you're just running the mill insurance company, like mom and pops, you can't really compete with the State Farms and the what you calls that are getting crazy bailouts and stuff like that. So I don't know. Any small business is tough. So being in the fishing industry is even tougher.
There's like it's the trend of, your people that spend a lot of money at the tackle shop. It's like people that need something right now.
Yep.
Or they know where they can get what they need whenever. Mm-hmm. And I also think that it's a certain age group, man. I mean, I think if you go to a tackle shop, at least around here, I don't really go into them too often just because I have too much crap. But when I do go into them, it's usually like at least in their 20s, like teenagers. Like I spent a lot of money when I was in my early teenage years at the tackle shop because that's what your option was.
Yep.
You go to the freaking tackle shop. But when I go in there, like I'll bring like my kids with me and stuff, and they'll look around. Like they're by far the youngest people in there. Everybody else is just kind of like, they're not really browsing. They're going in, they're walking 2 aisles to their left, and then going halfway down. They grab what they need, and then they go to, they go to pay, and that's it. Yep. That's it. So it's kind of like, I mean, around here it's a little different because we have the tourists that come in and they go out to the ocean and stuff. So that's always a feature. But everybody's like, I talked to some folks recently in the line of work that I do, and they'd say like, oh, I can't wait to go fishing, and I'd just be like curious, like, well, what kind of stuff are you, where are you stacking up? What places do you shop? Because I'm just trying to get. I mean, I might hear something I didn't know existed.
Yep.
I like to hear new spots I can go to. And dude's like a couple people like, oh, Amazon, Temu, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've heard so many Temu shoppers for fishing stuff. I'm like, bro, listen, you've been advertised through your social media so hard that there's no coming back at that point.
A lot, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, it's like Walmart's always going to be there, and that's fine. A lot of people do like the Ollie's Bargain Outlet because that's they got their stuff.
Ollie be fire.
But like your general kind of independent shops, we've talked about them before, how they'll have stuff that nobody else, you're not going to find anywhere else. So like that, there's that relevance, and I think that's what makes them extremely valuable. Plus the knowledge factor, right? You can talk to the people. But other than that, man, it's like I don't see how. Like you don't really have people walk into the shop and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. Where do I go? Like, what's my next step?
Facts. Yeah.
I worked at a Dick's Sporting Goods a long time ago over a summer, and back in the lodge section, and there would be people that come in. They're like, I have no idea what I'm looking for. Can you help? Great. Where do you want to start? What's your budget? Where are you going after?
Yeah.
Let's get you started. Right? Like that. that was fun because you can actually like help somebody. You could teach them some stuff.
Actually
We
help.
weren't paid commission, so it didn't matter. I'm like, yo, you can buy that, or you can spend $10 less and buy that, and get the same thing done. So however you
Facts.
want to play it, you can play it.
Yep.
And that was always interesting, and folks generally left pretty satisfied, and they felt like they learned something, and they invested into something meaningful.
Yep.
But what do you do nowadays, right? Like, I mean, you can always
YouTube.
you're getting taught by YouTube, or
Watch
somebody's
them.
telling you on a Facebook group, this is what you have to buy. If you don't buy this, you're screwed. Like all this kind of stuff. Like there's really no incentive for somebody to really learn
Yep.
and have like an understanding for what's going on. And I think that's a part of the shop experience that you miss, right? Like it's not just, I mean, I get it, right? It's a business, so they're there to make money. I understand that. But I feel better spending money someplace where I feel like I can actually be a part of that process. I can ask questions, you can get real answers, and you have the opportunity to learn some stuff versus just walking in like, all right, give me those, da da da, and then I'm out the door or whatever. Like it just becomes like frustrating. It doesn't seem to be rewarding. Like that, like the atmosphere, the secondhand smoke. Like if I was walking shops, like most of the secondhand smoke I've ever inhaled in my life was in the tackle shops or the bowling alleys.
Yo.
If they would have combined both, I would probably have smoker's cough by now. But the point is, like, you have that experience. The kids, man, they're not getting it these days.
Did you ever
Like,
fly? Just to cut you off, did you ever fly in the '90s when smoking was allowed on planes?
I stayed the fuck away from planes for as long as possible, so I didn't ever flew.
Bro.
But I'm talking like, when I was in public, I was never not in like just a fucking haze.
Haze. Yes, sir. Yo, early '90s was wild that they had us in a damn congested, claustrophobic piece of metal flying in the sky where every other row somebody is smoking. That place was a cloud of fucking death.
Just hot boxing the Boeing. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm sorry for cutting you off on that one, but
No, you're good. I'm
that secondhand smoke used to be crazy early '90s.
I don't know if I have any more, but I had packages when I was putting like my tackle, not at this house, but at my last house, when I was finally putting my tackle on the wall and pulling it out of boxes. Like I would have stuff still in boxes. Like the cardboard backing still smelled like cigarettes.
Yep. Like you knew the bait maker was chain smoking while he was putting those things in. But yeah, that used to be crazy. And yeah, that experience of just going into a tackle shop and like you said, it's almost like an investment, a trusted, like weird investment when somebody at the store can help you make a well thought out process for you to go out to have fun. And I don't know that I think in every market that's going to probably go on. There's a couple of people and a couple of shops that can probably still do that correctly, where you feel like your money is welcomed and valued, like your time is valued there. But I mean, like we were saying, everybody business wise is trying to get that money. I wish there were more trusted advices, like advisors out there for that. But I mean, we're at the point of just go watch YouTube. I think everybody will tell you just go watch YouTube. Here's some people to look at. They might try to sell you some stuff, but go watch YouTube. And then I mean that's how we got the Guggen era. Like it was just look at this is how I'm using it, and then everybody goes out and follows the leader on it. So it works out for the younger generation. The older generation, yeah, if you're just getting into fishing in the older years, it's like when you go into a dojo at the age of 40 as a white belt. Sorry for you. You're going to be in there with the 12-year-olds learning the same things. You ain't going to get no special treatment because you 30 years older than the youngest white belt in there. You still a white belt. You're going to have to earn them stripes.
By beating up on little kids. Hell yeah.
No, you don't. You don't do that.
Hell yeah. I'm going to do roundhouse kicking little Johnny into the back wall.
Damn.
Hell yeah. Freaking protective order my ass.
What's up, D Money?
I will say another thing's somewhat of a I don't think about it too much, but because you can't deprogram yourself. But like I've had people come into my chats. I had one recently on my kick chat, and I don't know if it was. I assume anything that happens in chat is usually a lie. so I'll premise that. But I had people come in, they would look at it and say something like just throw some fucking autobiographical shit out there. Like, I'm trying to learn how to fish. I can't figure it out. I don't have a father figure, or I don't have somebody in my life that can teach me. What should I do? Now, absolutely great question. And that level of it's like you're teetering on that level of motivation to really get out there and learn.
Oh.
But like when you or I, and maybe you're different, and that's fine, but like when I'm out broadcasting, that's not a conversation I can have with like true intent and sincerity, because I'm busy, right? And that sounds like that sounds like you're a fucking ego, but it's like no, I can't like there's so many places that conversation can start that would be beneficial for that person, and I answer it. Like, I'm not saying I ignore it. So right before I block them, I think it's more of like a you have to, the online resources are there. I think, I normally advise people, like, if you have a shop near you, go to your shop and talk to the people, because that's the first line of face-to-face information that you have maybe access to.
And it's localized. Exactly.
Yeah, these could be people you see at the grocery store. And it's like, oh, fucking there. I saw you at the fucking tackle shop. What's going on? And like having that very like geographically bound feedback, I think, is going to be great. But then there is this tendency for a lot of folks to feel, especially if you're walking into like a store that's not a specialty store, there's all kinds of shit. Like you might need like 0.7% of everything they have in inventory, but there's no way you're going to just know that. Like you need to be guided. So that's where like not having somebody that can pinpoint it and say, okay, well, here's what you need, becomes a problem, because it's option overload, and it's the worst kind of option overload. Now it's like, well, I might regret getting this, or I might get the wrong thing. And it's like, all right, cool. Well, there's not really a wrong thing, but there are things that are better at fulfilling the needs that you have. And then that's really where that kind of mom and pop shop mentality of like being able to then talk to other humans. There's nothing that replicates that. And you can have all the YouTube and there's plenty of folks that have, like, if you just search on YouTube like beginner fishing advice or tips or whatever, this is all you need to get started. Like, you're gonna find some good information. It's not like it's bad information, but it's kind of set up to where, especially somebody who's really eager to learn and they want to get it right the first time and they don't want to spend a whole bunch of money, like if they can't find that exact same stuff, they'd be like, well, I don't know, is this the same? It's like, oh, he said to get these hooks and I only see these hooks. Is this like, it just turns into this big, like, you're too busy trying to figure out if it's a good idea or not, and you don't really have anybody to ask. And if you talk to the people at the store, they're going to be like, well, I don't fucking know, and then it just becomes this big whole deal. We talk about like seasonal shifts and patterns by saying, okay, it's summertime, that means a certain thing. But to somebody who just wants to get started, it doesn't. It can't mean anything, because now you've just added a whole nother layer of complexity that does nothing but confuse, frustrate, and annoy after a part. Like, that's when people give up, right? Like, that's when you see the whole collection go up on Facebook Marketplace and you're just like, oh shit, like what happened? Like the divorce special or the fuck it special. Like, you usually see those pop up every so often. And then the conversation becomes more of like, well, how do you help those folks out? The answer is, we'll talk to people that are in your area that have that type of knowledge and can point you. But if you don't have that, fuck, I hope I'm not your plan B, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit, they're coming in the street and talking about, what do I do? I'm like, oh shit, well, first you go to Game Reaper Baits.
You gotta go to Game Reaper first.
That whole kind of cycle starts.
And I don't know if you were there for the second day of practice, but that's literally what we had there. And one of the things that you didn't mention that happened in there, and it's also kind of weird, is a super strong biased, but post the question out there to see if they can either help your bias or motivate you to try to move away from your bias, but you're always going to pull back to it. So for example, there was a brand new angler who said he fished before and he made a mistake and bought a bait casting rod but did not have a reel yet. He does not know how to throw a bait caster. We assumed, as we is the chat, I ignored most of it until we got to the meat and potatoes. And I'll say I ignored it in the sense that I did not, no. I don't want to say it as I ignored it as in I never responded. I ignored it that I didn't dive in deeper with the right questions.
Sure. Okay.
So that was my thought process in that, because when he said that, I said, okay, just return it. I can't return it. I said, okay, so at that point now we definitely have a problem. Then the question went in, is it okay for me to buy a cheap bait caster? I mean, whatever your budget is, if you want to, go for it, but you're going to have problems. Okay, well, I don't feel like, and this is when I knew we were going down a rabbit hole. He said, well, I don't feel like spending, more than a certain amount of money to get a good quality bait caster. Okay, then at that point, we can't really help you. Now we have a problem. You should just go and get a spinning setup and enjoy that. I don't have money to go back and buy a spinning setup. Okay, so what are we working with here? So I got this bait casting rod, and I'm still trying to decide if I want to go buy a bait caster. Okay, go buy a bait caster, but I don't know how to use a bait caster. And that went on for at least 30 minutes. And then I started going into the meat and potatoes. Do you want to use a bait caster? Yes. Save up money to get a bait caster, but now I want to go fishing this weekend. Okay, well, if you really want to go fishing this weekend, you're going to have to wait to use a bait caster. Take out your spinning rod. Yep. Now, yep. Now, here's the next part. Okay, where are you located? Oh, I'm in Belarus. Okay, well...
Like county or country?
Country.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, way Eastern European. So, at this point, I'm like, okay, well, just use your spinning setup and go for fish. Oh, what kind of fish should I be going for? Wait. And then mind you, chat is also engaging in this. So everybody's throwing out, their opinion, their idea, and then nobody really asks like the serious question. I'm like, bro, what are you going to fish for? Like, what is it? What's the species? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what species. I just want to go catch fish. Okay. And then at that point, I'm like, bro, go talk to your local tackle shop. Even Travel Blade said, go talk to your local tackle shop.
He got TB in it. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, yo, you're way too far out. You're way too far out. And oh yeah, Alakon, we figured it out. He was in his younger adulthood because I also think that he said that he was about to be going to his military out there. So what is that, between 18 to 21 for military service? So yeah, so he's in the young adult range. So that whole thing went through this whole spiel of do I get a bait caster even though I have this bait casting rod that I don't know how to use? Should I just use a spinning setup, so on and so forth? Can I use a spinning setup on a bait caster rod, so on and so forth? That was the whole thing. And then just bringing it back to what you were saying, we all agreed at this point, you're still new to fishing. You need localized help and guidance. We can't give it to you over the internet because you have a hard bias of what you want to do. So whatever we say, you're probably not going to even abide by it. Go talk to a local, figure out what fish species you want to go after, and then let them walk you through the selection of things that are available to go for that species, and then go out and have some fun. But we're not going to be able to help you. And that became the thought process in that whole scenario.
I mean, if he's getting ready to do some like required military service, man, he needs to put the fishing gear down and figure out how to field strip a rifle. Like, that's probably going to be some helpful shit to know. Like, don't worry about drop shots. You need to learn how to make a shot when you drop it. You feel me? You need to protect that ass.
I definitely understand where you're coming from.
And that's why people don't stay in my chat very long. But the point being is, yeah, I mean, you don't know. I mean, there's always going to be the folks that are just being chat. And then there's like the folks that I feel like are being genuinely like curious, and they're just like, you know what? Let me ask this dude because I don't know where to turn.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the questions. I was like, there's so many IRL chats online, and there's so many YouTube videos. How did you end up here asking me a question about a Belarus fishing? Like, it doesn't make sense in my head. It didn't make sense. It's like you have all these other internet resources, but you came here to ask. It's like, bro, you could have hit ChatGPT up way before you hit on Twitch and then hopped into the stream, because that would have gave you more localized information. I don't know. I didn't even know what kind of fish he had. And then once we got into that, I was like, bro, you might as well. And then I think TB said, yo, just go after whatever, it was like a perch style fish out there. He was like, just go for that and get this stuff. He was like, okay, well, I'll try that.
So now we're all committed to the story. So we got to figure out who this guy was so we can follow up. Let's get him on. Let's invite him in.
Yeah. The stream is still up there. You can go look at the last video. It was whatever day it was. What, Thursday? Yeah, he was in there. He came in for most of the other days too. Anytime I started my stream up, he was in there as Ryo Kishi or something like that. But yeah, he's a new member of the stream.
Is he here now? Come on in, man. Speak up. Where you at?
Yeah,
jump on in.
Throw him into the Discord. We're gonna talk.
We're gonna get this man. We're gonna get him up to speed. Let me tell you.
But yeah, that was just a situation segueing from what you were saying of how localized mom and pop shops could possibly help, or just having that person or people you can talk to in your area would definitely make his focus a lot easier, and I don't know, mentor him on his purchases online now, so he doesn't have to return something that he can't use. But yeah, that
Walmart in Belarus.
I would assume that Walmart's everywhere at this point. I would wholeheartedly assume Walmart's international. I was watching my wife. She likes to look at Korean shopping stuff, and the Costco there was strong. And then what else did they have? I think they actually had a Walmart that they went shopping in. So yeah, it's there. So yeah,
solves a lot of problems.
Maybe.
What causes them?
Yeah. Yep. But getting back to the spawn patterns or the post spawn pattern, have you seen any differences of your fish? Have they gone deeper has the top water been visible for you out there? I think that's one of the bigger possible.
The top water's not turned on yet. Some places yes. Where I've been, no. Drought's killing it because the top water is normally the shallow water. The shallow water normally has stuff that they can hide around or on or in, and all that stuff is exposed. So we're pulling some of the parts of the formula out, so we don't get the right solution that we're used to. Now the bluegill beds, always an interesting feature around the May-June turnover.
Oh, I love it.
You can almost do a personality test for a fishing person to ask them, what are your thoughts on bluegill beds? Because you'll have some dudes be like, "Oh, fuck, that's all I look for." And then you have some I don't really give a shit. And there's never really a mixture. There's not a lot of gray area. It's either all the way or fuck.
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm not. Yes, but I don't look for them. If I find them, I'll look around and be like, I'll be nosy, but I'm not sitting there oh shit, we gotta stay here for 20 minutes and figure out if we can pick them off, because you just don't know. And that turns into a big debacle. But the place I was at Sunday, I kind of went there as a challenge, and also because I make poor decisions, because it's not, y'all probably couldn't tell, but it's relatively small. It is small. There's zero traditional structure. When I say traditional structure, I mean trees. There's none. Stumps, sticks, brush. There is some shit out in the middle of it, and I didn't have my Garmin Scan Diego, so I couldn't figure out what was. I'm gonna take it out with me next time.
Okay.
But there's nothing traditional about the place at all. There's one pipe that I think used to be used to transfer some water, but I don't think it's in function anymore. It's the old concrete style. It's not metal style. It's the concrete pipe shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it just it's abrasive. I don't know. I don't feel like the fish probably like it too much. Maybe they do. I saw none near it, but it doesn't matter. There's nothing there. You don't have the traditional anything. Targets. I had no electronics other than the phone and the GoPro. So what are you doing?
Yeah.
And you hear summer, you think summer, it's a clear day as far as it's straight sunshine, there's not a lot of wind, there's no current at all, everything is just static fucking pond water, right? It's very, very inspiring. So I just kind of laid that out for you. And if I told you that the general, with the drought, the water level was down about a foot, and the deeper spots are 10 to 12 feet maximum, with let's say an average depth of 3 to 5, Water is visibility is about 2 feet. The bottom is like not sandy, it's more of just like a clayish dirt, but it's not mud. As I describe that, what's coming to mind as far as some things to look into?
Uh, I'm thinking of what baits to throw, but things to look for. You already have the concrete pipe. So in my thought process, yeah, we'll say like early 2000s, mid 2000s. So at that point, I'm looking for. So normally when I see the stone pipe area, they'll have that little like runoff type stuff that comes into the water, and then it normally like squares. So I'm looking for where it squares at, and it's probably going to be broken by now because of all the erosion down there. And then I'll just fish the channel right there that comes out of off the pipe if it's still submerged in the water. But for the most part, with the clarity that's there, I'm probably just going to be throwing a thing crankbait or a speed worm. Yeah.
A lot of exploration is kind of the theme, right? Um, and there's no sneaking up. There's no like you're not sighting anything. If you see anything, it already sees you. Like that, it's that mentality, right? So,
Yep.
Um, I mean, the smart thing to do is to leave, but we're just like fuck it. We're like, I pulled up. I'm like, oh, because there used to be grass, like big ass fucking reeds, like 3 feet,
Oh.
5 feet, all the way around.
Yeah.
So they would run up in the shallow, and then as soon as bugs got knocked off in like a wind breeze, or like the birds are going through trying to get bugs, like the bugs and shit would jump in, and then they'd smack the bugs.
Yep.
So it's like one of those scenarios. But of course, I'm pulling up and like going to the parking lot, and it's like 6:30, and I see all the grass has been cut. Like, oh shit! Like already instantly shifting. Like we're somewhere within a 15-minute drive, and the only place I could think of is nowhere I need to be. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's just say, fuck it. We're gonna thug it out. Let's get this bread. You know what I mean? Like we're just gonna make it happen. But see, here's the thing. At no point, from a seasonal perspective, any type of pattern you can think of, that wasn't a decision-making process. In other words, there's no like, okay, well, it's late May, early June, post spawn. It wasn't like that's not the premise for any decision. The weather plays a factor, which is in part, influenced by what season it is, but like there's no like, fuck, let me watch the Edwin Evers baits to throw in June video and figure out which one's going to be the one to throw. It's just, it's not that kind of show. And so that become like, I mean, I have, these boxes right next to me is what I brought. Just like throwing everything. Started out top water, got a bite on the popper. Waves was there. It scared me. I wasn't even looking at it. Like I was thinking about where I was going to go if I had a code brown. And that sucker just came up and hit the piss out of it. It's like, all right, cool. This could be a thing, right? And then 30 minutes later, no other bites. I'm like, all right, oh shit.
It was just
what do we do?
One off.
It's not. There was like a little bit of shade coming from some trees nearby, but once the sun got high enough, there was no more shade. So yeah, throwing cranks. The deep cranks, the DPO crank. One of my DPO cranks got lit up. Switched it over to a flat side Rapala OG Tiny 7.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck some on that. Threw the big worm. The big worm was getting nipped at by like bluegill and stuff like that. Just like you could feel them down there, like just pulling the tail.
Yep.
None of them committed. Switched over to the June bug ultravide speed crawl on just like the mini Texas rig setup, and that got the biggest fish of the day that I showed the people driving by.
Yep.
And it got bit. I think I mentioned it to all my people that were watching. I had one bite. I set the hook on it, and my wrist, it was my lightest setup, of course, my lightest setup. I set on it, my wrist hurt. Like it pulled, like there was so much resistance that my wrist became the shock absorber. For those at home, when you're setting your hook, you don't want your wrist to be the shock absorber. Your full arm. Your arm needs to, like your arm, not your wrist. Your arm needs to absorb all of that shock. And my arm stopped, but my wrist kept going. So everything that was absorbed by my arm got sent to my wrist. And it fucking like I wanted to cry, but I'm bugged out, so I didn't cry. But it hurt. Good God, it hurt.
He said, I'm thugged
So
out.
that like first second I pulled it, I felt that sharp ass pain in my wrist, and then I felt the head shake in between the pain, and then it got unbuttoned. So I was mad. I was madder than two squirrels with their tails tied together because I wanted to see what that was because it didn't move. The reason it had so much shock is there was no give.
You were one. It was a 1-to-1 feel of a Titan down there, and your wrist was not ready for that fight.
My rinky dink ass VMC extra watt, like a 2 watt little thin ass VMC hook. Because I mean, we're throwing the Ultra Vibe speed crawl. You're not throwing big ass tackle on them.
Nope.
Fucking leaned into it, boy. My wrist damn near busted. Nothing to show for it, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I had to stop throwing that because my wrist hurt. So it was one of those type of things. I mean, it was Helen Keller mode. We were just blind casting, hoping for some bites. Got a couple decent ones, but I mean, literally just. And I'm talking to chat like y'all. I'm just blind casting. This is completely just mystery eating right now. There's no rhyme or reason. I know it's deeper over here, so we're pulling cranks. Hit like a fan cast, hit like a 4 or 5 cast, quick radius.
Yeah.
I mean that's what it boils down to, right? Like what are you gonna do? You can't have an ego out there and some bullshit.
I was definitely doing the four. I call it the 4-piece. I'd be throwing 2 to the middle, then throw 1 left, and throw 1 right. If I don't get nothing, I pedal to where my first middle cast was, and I do it over. Hit him with the 4-piece. But first, Junkie, thank you so much for the 40 months, man. Welcome back. I hope you're getting ready for the Bassmaster in your backyard. Yeah, enjoy all that. That's going to be commotion all up and down there. But yeah, when it gets to that weird time where hope turns into, man, I might as well just leave. Yeah, you got to start blind casting and covering water. I think that's for me, that's the only way that I can kind of ring myself back into focus. But it's a tough one. And you said that you were on a small body of water. Like for me on Santee, that was probably one of the things that I just had to keep doing, especially during practice, was, all right, it's not working here at this isolated island of cypress trees. I'm moving over to this next isolated island of cypress trees, but I'm going to attack it from the one-off cypress tree on this island that's away from the big cluster. And then that became of, let me just attack all these, and I'm 100 cypress trees in, like, all right, well, I'm not getting a bite here. Let me go over here to this point that I see on the graph and see if there's any fish there. Oh, there's a fish. Okay, I got one. All right, let me see if I can get another one. There's no more fish here. What the heck am I supposed to do? But yeah, that was definitely a situation where I was fan casting on a lot of different places, but when it gets like that, it gets rough. It definitely gets rough. Makes you kind of just want to say, yeah, I don't know why I'm still here. Oh man, I was definitely in the wrong mental space when that started happening. But pretty much every day of practice was like that. So it was, I guess you had to be mentally fortitude. You had to have that mental fortitude to keep going out there and trying it. I felt bad for my buddy Chris. He caught his first fish at like 2:00 on the last day of practice on Santee. That's how bad it was. Like, that shit was crazy.
No, I can imagine, or at least from a competitive aspect. I mean, there's obviously a lot more going on from like the mental side of things, but the pressure, the internal pressure, and the external pressure. I mean, they're going to add up. And I won't say not necessarily cloud decision making, but it puts enough of an influence, at least the people that care. I mean, if you don't care, well, one, you probably wouldn't be there, but two, it's like, you can't, when you're second and third and fourth guessing any decision.
Yep.
But you're in the moment where the decision matters. It's one thing to like mentally be like, driving on your way to the ramp. It's okay to kind of be a little indecisive because it doesn't matter a whole lot. But when you're out there and you're staring at your thumb bar on your reel, trying to figure out where the hell this next cast is going. That's a whole different style right there. Like that's a little bit frustrating.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's when you know you need to be in the moment fishing, and you are definitely not there. Call Johnny. Pre the Block It Connect. Call.
Johnny gonna put that Black Max on that ass.
Big Black Max. That's all he throwing.
I ain't man. I'm still got my 2 in rotation, dog. Hell, the super glue's keeping the dream alive.
That's
more ways than one. That's not a joke. All right,
funny.
yeah, it is what it is. No, but now that fish that damn near broke my wrist. Now I got to go back. Is what I'm saying, right?
Oh, you gotta
just,
enact revenge. Enact revenge on the wrist snapper.
You can't leave that. So.
Listen, some fish aren't meant to be caught by man. That was a warning, dog. You can't go back.
I'm bringing my jug lines out next time.
You gotta heed the warnings, T.
Put that 50-pound trilene big game on the bottom.
Put that big
game. You wanna play some games? I brought the game shark. We're gonna get to it.
Down, left, right.
No, it's a wrap. No, but I did. So I did that weekend, not last weekend, but the one prior, and I put the clip up. It's a place I've been going to for so long. I probably put like 40, 50 trips in this place. And I tell my audience that the benchmark for a lot of these stupid spots I go to is you got to get a 5-pound or larger greenfish because they're there. So it's like you got to just catch it and then just check it off the list and keep it moving, right? And I hadn't caught one. I got a couple 4.5s, just never got a 5. Holy shit, finally got one. Was it 2 weeks ago? And wasn't even expecting it. Weird, a super weird bite. Just fully vacuumed up the bladed jig. And I felt it thump inside of it. Like I felt when it went in.
Yeah.
Like, set on it. But there was no resistance because it was swimming at me the whole time.
Yeah.
So like I went to, like I set on it and then I'm like pulling and there's nothing there. So I'm reeling in my slack, like what the hell, thinking, oh shit, I got to cast again.
Yep.
But then like it's beside me running away. I was like, ah shit. Had to like very weird. Like so he pulled it in and just absolutely had like just was trying to haul ass out of there.
Yep.
Thankfully it was all the way down there, or else it could have easily just popped right out. You know, there was no tension on it for way too long.
Yep.
Those big fish, man, I'll tell you what. It's just they're always something about them.
They know.
They always do some weird stuff.
They know how to. They don't play around when they eat, and they know where to go after they eat, all the time. Like they always have all that already covered. You catch a big girl near brush, as soon as she bites, if she doesn't come straight out, she's going straight down to the bottom as soon as she feels resistance. Going to tangle you up in all which ways imagined. And then if she's in a dock, she's going to go through every cross beam that she can think of so that you don't see her. And if she's in open water, she's going to swim at you at the fastest speed possible. And when she gets close enough where you feel tension, she's going to jump up and spit that thing at you. They're always so good at it.
It's crazy. I mean, they've been around so long. They either just learn it or there's something instinctual that kicks in after a while.
Yep.
You're just not gonna have it's not a routine, right? So you catch 30 or 40 fish and it just feels like it's the same thing within reason. I mean, there's gonna be some differences, but a big fish, there's gonna be something that's gonna happen that you're not gonna expect. They're gonna turn on you. They're not like, some of them don't even fight to get them close.
That's what I'm about to say. Yep. Some of them are just lazy until you see them.
Golly. But no, the footage is weird. You can kind of see it in the clip, but I was looking at it while I was going through the footage. When the fish got to where it was far enough away from me to where I could turn it safely, and then get it toward the net. Like I've got tension on it to where it can't really dive, but you can see it. Like the tail is just fucking. All it's trying to do is get underneath the water and just haul ass straight to the bottom. But I got its nose is up, and it just literally his fucking just tail all the way to the net. And that fish wanted nothing to do with me. It just wanted to get as deep as possible, as fast as possible.
Yep.
That's pretty. I mean, it was neat, but holy shit! I'm already unsuspecting constantly, anyways. And I spent like 10, 15 minutes that morning getting towed around by a carp that I foul hooked on its back, and I had chat watching me as I'm just like, I don't know literally, I don't know what the fuck to do. So like, I'm already just dealing with that kind of mental anguish.
I'm on a ride.
Hell yeah.
That's
Fun fishing,
fun.
as we call it. Hell yeah, that's how fun it is. I'm sitting there just like absolutely having a hard time keeping my blood pressure down.
Super fun fishing.
Golden chase right there.
That is I don't know. Foul hooking a carp is always rough if it's on the wrong tackle. Always rough.
Is there right tackle for that shit? Because I tell you what, one of my re-spooling, this used to be an actual rod, but this was the first one I got busted off on a carp. Foul hooking a carp and then trying to pull up, snap, crackle, and pop that son bitch. Turned it into a damn re-spooling device. Ain't got time for it.
Oh, carp got you with remnants left.
And I know you like carp, so I'm not trying to talk shit about him, but
Oh man,
he ain't want to be there. I didn't want to be, like, everybody that was involved didn't want to be there.
Yeah, all parties did not want the situation.
It's the only thing in common was just like, this shit is not kosher right now. We need to,
Look, that's the only thing common with the carp and me was that we did not want to be there. Yeah, I hear it.
that's cool. But that's fun because that you get to knock those spots off the list, right? So
how long do
another
you?
reason I went to the weird spot last night.
Yeah, after you got the checklist on it and you got your 5, how long before you go back, or is it just in a rotation that you know now that mission complete?
It's more of it's a convenience thing.
Okay.
Just because it's relatively close. It's not super close, but it's close enough. But at that point, like, I've already got like
yeah, you said
there's so
40.
many
Yeah,
places
yeah.
to go. Like my mental list of like where we might be able to go, given how much time goes, like, it just shifts to another set. So like the one that I went to last week was on that kind of backup list. I was like, fuck, I guess I should go there. There's just so many spots, man, and it's cool because I guess you could complain if you don't have a lot, and it's like I got so many of them. There's really nothing to complain about, but then the drought factor comes back into the conversation because some of them you can't really even launch unless you walk through, like, a good 20-30 yards of mud. Not that I won't, but it's kind of, it can kind of be, especially now that summer's kind of on the verge of getting here, it's going to smell like crazy. It's going to be bugs, it's mosquitoes, it's just like
squeaks.
It's supposed to be relaxing, but I'm out here thinking I got E. coli and like all kinds of other shit going on. It's just not, it'll make you mess around and want to go to the saltwater after a while. And I think that's where we might end up too. So that's always on the list.
So now I have a question for the retention ponds that you normally fish. Like, what is a post spawn pattern looking there? Because I know what it looks. I know what a post spawn pattern looks like on like some of my bigger little ponds or on my bigger ponds or city lakes. So inside of retention pond, what's the first thing? What's the first thing that you're thinking about that the fish should be doing in a post spawn pattern thought process in those little bodies of water?
The fry balls, like fry garters, like that's like a traditional pattern, right? Fry garters.
Yeah.
And it's viable, but it's really more like, I guess what we were talking about earlier. There's no reason to go slow at all. There's just not. So the mentality, like I take 2 boxes with me now when I'm out on the kayak. One's kind of like middle to upper part of the water column moving baits, and the other one's like dragging jigs and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So like right now, the box, for example, we got spinners, we got top waters, we got bladed jigs, we got crankbaits.
Okay.
So the mentality becomes like, which one, like this one right here is what I caught that 5 on. It's like it's got the orange, so you're thinking like, oh, pre-spawn, whatever you want to call it. But we got the white, we got the bomb crawl, now discontinued trailer on the back, kind of kicking and shit. So it's bright colors, and it's moving, and it's flashy, and it's disgruntled. You know what I mean? Like we're putting in we're just putting bullcrap across the board. So the post spawn for the retention ponds is, what is the funkiest thing you can have that you want moving and grooving, that you just want to chuck and wind.
I got you.
There's no point in sitting there and picking apart stuff. There's really no point. Yes, you can do it, but you're probably missing out on some opportunities.
Got you.
With these smaller spots and these shallower spots, they don't have deep water to go live in. They just don't. Deep water to them is 5 feet
Yep.
instead of 2 feet. Um, as a result, and the fry garters, you can go out. You can work. You can wear your damn arm out, just throwing and throwing and this, and I'm gonna throw this. I'm gonna throw this. The main thing about retention ponds, I want y'all to know, especially if you know this fishing them, if you're not getting bit by anything in like 20 to 30 minutes max, you are throwing the wrong thing. You should stop. Yes, you might get a bite, but why waste any more time? 20, 30 minutes max before we're throwing something different. And that's kind of hard mentally, right? Because you're thinking, oh, I just need to keep working it. No, just stop. Because they're looking at it. They're sitting there just watching that shit swim by. Not doing anything about it.
They're looking
So
at
if
it.
you want to throw it because you're interested in it, that's fine. But they're definitely not.
Cool.
So that's, yeah, biggest thing for post spawn or any time around this time of year when some of these retention pond spots that don't have current, they don't have anything that's coming in other than literally just rainwater. There's nothing feeding it but rainwater. That's what I mean when I say like retention spots. Literally, that's its job, is to make sure the houses and shit don't flood around it. You need to be throwing whatever, like there needs to be a rotation. You just need to be throwing rotation stuff. Do not live and die by the spinner bait. Like just don't do it. Keep
Makes
rotating.
sense.
So bring like 20 things. Bring all your stuff that you've been waiting to throw. And I got the high roller. I see the high roller rig with me and everything. Oh Lord, they weren't ready to play. That sucked. But no, man, you just gotta go. There's no incentive to not changing things out, tying some knots. I'm talking getting some good Palomars, just cinch them down and just get it rolling. So it's fun, but just because it helps kind of like it scratches the ADHD nerve, right? Like you can just keep it moving. You do not have to like painfully sit there and like watch a jig just like crawl on the bottom. There's no reason to it. If they're hitting it in 5 minutes of throwing it, great, keep doing it. After 10, you're wasting your time.
Gotcha. Cool.
I think that's hard for folks that are used to bigger bodies of water where you can just move. If the spinnerbait bite sucks in this cove, you can go up another couple coves and it could be absolutely everything they've ever asked for. And that's a mentality that I don't have, which is a problem. But there's no need to have it. So it's like, just stay dynamic, get used to whatever.
Stay
a lot
loose.
of chasers too.
Stay loose.
Yeah, you can't get complacent. I mean, you can, but like a lot of these places get pressure from the bank too. So just seeing something swim at a different angle than what they're used to with all the bank anglers, I think that can be helpful. I mean, I've never asked the fish that, so I don't know. But I feel like they're not like, hey, that's usually going that way. What the fuck is it? Like, it kind of adds a little bit of suspense to their evening, I think.
It gives them an extra ingredient to the dinner plans. I like it.
Pretty much. Oh yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, get the Senko. There's nothing wrong. I mean, old stickworm doesn't let you down.
No, it never does, sadly. I've heard people say, oh yeah, they weren't eating my wacky, but then I've also heard in the same area somebody else saying they would not stop eating my wacky, or they would not stop eating my weightless Cinco. Just damn, stickworms just always work.
It's easy enough. Yeah. It depends. Yeah, like if you're going, I mean, it's nice to like target big fish. Like it's nice to target them because you really can sit there and like dial in a plan, especially if it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
If it
By all
works,
means.
yeah.
But there's also something to be said, like you can use, not just a stickworm, like Ned rigs or whatever. Like you can get activity. You can find out what's in the area. So it doesn't have to become like this huge, like, oh shit, I don't know what to throw. But at the same time, you're looking at early summer, right before the water gets stupid hot, or at least around y'all, around here too. Like when it's 80+ degree water, you can start to eliminate certain things off the option list. Like you can definitely, especially like calm bath water, type hot water, you're probably gonna have to switch up to certain things. You're probably gonna have to go a little deeper. Like it's just like it just kind of becomes this. Some of the decisions are made for you.
Yeah, it zones out. It zones out a lot of
Oh, yeah.
options. It's easy zone outs. I mean, you can still dabble because I mean, there's still something probably sitting in the shade line. There's probably something looking at like an old bluegill bed that's still out there. But yeah, it's definitely cutting down on a lot of options for your day when that water temperature is dang near uh, getting close to bath water temperature.
So we get the ultralights out and we start dialing in the bluegill because they don't care. Hell yeah.
Bluegill
They're
stand.
always there for you when everything else is not. Bluegill had your back when nobody else did, and I think that's why we have to give them the credit they deserve.
Bluegill are everywhere. 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 Shallow, deep, mid, they're there. The bluegies.
They don't care. They don't. You know, they have some controversial opinions. I'll give them that. A lot of controversial opinions in the bluegill population.
I don't know nothing about
But
this.
we just kind of turned another eye.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what we do.
It's just like
I
we're
don't
gonna
know.
keep. That's fine. So don't have a conversation with them, but you can always catch them.
Yeah. It sound like bluegills having a civil war at that point.
Trust me, if they could protest, they would. Just having little signs and just walking by him, what's up, dude? And he's just got the most vulgar shit ever, just sitting on that sign. Hell, yeah. How'd you know how to spell? Like they know how to spell.
You think bluegill are intelligent? Uber
They
intelligent
spend their
down
whole lives in schools.
there? Not wrong. Not wrong. They learned. They might have learned something here or there.
Hell,
Yeah.
how the people out there feeling? Any ideas, questions, feedback, moral dilemmas? Because we talked about ethics a lot last time, so we had a lot of ethical decisions to make, and ethnic decisions for that matter.
A whole bunch of ethics.
Anybody got ideas?
A lot of the Northeast and the North guys are going to start thawing out like officially. So we'll probably start seeing a lot of them. I would like to see how their pre-spawn to spawn goes, because I mean we're like 3 months ahead of them by a long shot. So it should be fun. I know with D Money, his areas looks like they're still spawned into post spawn. So it's definitely going to like start kicking up post spawn talk with them with his fisheries and see how they shift. But right now he's still targeting fairly flat bluegill spawning areas, which has been good. And yeah, I was about to say Dad Life has been out, but he found, and I don't know if he knew he found it, but he found a rock pattern on a couple of bass, but I don't think he understood that they were pre-spawn. So where they go from that rock pattern, I don't want to give it away, but they're going to move. They're going to move off of those rocks. If they don't sit in those rocks, they're going to move off of those rocks fairly close to do their thing. And he was catching like really nice sized males when he was out there. So I know in his area that they're in they're pretty much probably going to be in all three stages. From like, I think before I went to Santee, I was watching him fish. But yeah, it's really dope seeing everybody's fisheries. It's dope seeing everybody's fisheries turn on and how they're rotating into what we've been sitting in for the last like three months. But they don't have a drought, so they're not getting the congregation of fish doing their thing. But yeah, I think it's been really fun. It's definitely been really fun watching everybody in their dangle times. Yeah, a foot is it's that's normal, but yeah, out here we're in like 3 to 4 feet down, because you guys aren't getting the same rain but you guys didn't lose as much due to like the heat. Yep. Yeah.
Maybe we should just take the year off.
I mean, it wouldn't even matter if we took the year out. Like Mother Nature's going to do what she got to do. I don't think we're causing any distress to the water levels at this point. We're probably putting more stress on the fish, but the water levels are already stressing them out.
Yeah, I'd probably start targeting some tuna or something like that.
No, yeah, I'm not going for salt. I'm gonna keep beating up these green fish until these green fish ain't green.
Oh, that's salt, brother, right there. Forget salt. That is a salt. All right.
That is the salt.
Well, tomato. All right, so no competitions necessarily lined up between now.
No. Yeah.
So you got to go get your content creator vibe going then to promote some of these brands.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy Rick Bassin through about doing some Game Reaper bait promos or just doing some on the water stuff. See if we can link up and do some things. But that's literally what this is going to be about for the next 3 weeks. Is probably just going to be gathering content and just trying to be a good partner, a good business partner for these brands that have partnered with us. But yeah,
Takes the fun out of fun fishing.
no. If you storyboard it right, I think everything will still work out. I think that's probably one of the best things about it is like the baits that so Game Reapers asked me what baits that I want. I only picked out baits that I enjoy throwing, that they have. It wasn't like I'm going to pick some random bait out of their lineup and try it out. So I know what works, I know what I'm comfortable with, and I know what I like to throw. And hands down, if I'm going out to fun fish, I'm going to probably most likely be throwing those baits. And then somebody normally is going to have a camera there, and then we got content. It's easy.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
It's normally straightforward. Well, for me it is. I'm not sitting there like, all right, I got this jig with this certain bait on it. Now I got to get a bite, or if I don't get a bite, I got to catch the fish on it and then switch it over and put. No, that's never been my style. I can catch fish with things I'm comfortable with, and I'll continue to catch fish when I'm comfortable with. Yeah.
10 toes down.
Yo, you can't. I think anybody. I mean, not taking shots at the industry, but dudes got to do what they got to do to get that paycheck. I'm not them. I got to do what I got to do to have fun. Like that's. Yeah, there's been so many since COVID. There's been so many behind the scene exploitation, or I guess exposes of the fishing industry and how manipulative it can be, especially with promotions of certain baits and how they display them. And then if you look at social media, how people kind of, oh yeah, go get this bait, and they got the bait barely dangle onto the dang thing just to show you that what it looks like on the side of a fish. They didn't really catch it on there. They swapped it out. There ain't no cast to catch of this.
I'll tell you what, and we're not going to open this can of worms, but the footage, man, there's the adage of like, without footage, it's fiction. And we all can see what a photo is. You can look at something and be like, all right, here's what this is trying to represent. You also know with the proliferation of artificial intelligence generating content, you see where I'm going with this. The point being is, and I think the one reason, not that anybody asked, so here we go. The reason why I think there's the attraction per se of like live streaming, and why I'm glad some of the anglers are doing it with like the higher level tournaments, because there's a lot more at stake, clearly. Like you really can't. You can, but it's very difficult to hide stuff because it's all there. And even if Nobody wants to sit down and watch 8 hours straight fishing because that's difficult. The footage is there. We have our VODs. We're running other cameras. I know you got your stuff. I got my GoPro. Like we got, like it's there.
Yep.
There's nothing to hide. If there's a question, I got an answer. Like Butch Brown was going out throwing Huddlestons with a camera, riding in the back of the boat, filming the entire time. So if somebody said, "Bro, you better not be faking some shit," he'll be like, "Take 3. Run it right now. You'll see the whole process."
You'll see me sling this thing my arm with sunburnt left arm, yeeting this big old swim bait out, and then bringing
brace on. Yep. Like, yeah.
No, nah, and then boat flips it right to the camera
as it comes unglued. Yes. No, he's like that whole process, right? Like he was an outsider because he did that. You don't even have to think about the big fish. He was just an outsider because he's filming the whole thing.
Yep.
But now that in 2026, within reason, there's no excuse. And as much as I don't really care. Like it sounds like I care, but maybe I do. I don't think I do. But like I see people. Social media is all over the place. Like you can't ignore it. I mean, you can't ignore it. But then you're Mormon. Like it's difficult.
Amish.
To see like all these people, and people are going out and they're catching, and you see the trophy picture, and they're holding it, and they show the scale with like 5 saved fish weights, all this kind of shit. But that's it. It's the glory. There's no they're not going to tell you how they did it. They're not going to tell you where they did it, and that's fine because you don't have to. But I'm thinking, who does that appeal to? Like watching somebody that's not me, somebody I really don't know, and they're going out and they got all the pictures holding and lipping and all that kind of shit, and you got your scale and you got a 27-pound bag, allegedly. What is that? What I don't. I got answers, but I'm not going to say them. But like y'all can think, like, what does that really imply? Like, and they're not pushing a brand. It's not like, oh, I'm out here fucking. I'm throwing the shit pisser 3000 and it's just doing so great. It's not doing that. Like, so what is that serving? Like, I don't see that being, like, that doesn't help. I don't think, if anything, it's kind of counterproductive. It's kind of just like, it's an ego stroke, pissing on people. Like, you're stressing people out that just want to go have fun, right? There's no background. There's no, like, evidence. Like, it's all this fucking smoke and mirrors, and we're tired of the smoke in our faces, and we're tired of looking in the mirrors. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, no, I 100% understand, but I wouldn't be. I don't think you should get stressed out from them just stroking their ego. Well, you gotta just. Cause, I mean, everybody sees. So I always say it, like the people who do that, like their algorithm is probably very tuned in to what they like, and it's looking at the smoke and mirrors of fishing. Like that's probably what their algorithm. That's what they eat. So this is what they're pooping out. This is what they create. Is what they eat. I don't think because normal anglers like you and me, or a random dude I met on Facebook that like they're giving full like, hey, I went here. I wanted to try this bait. It was my first time using it. This is what I saw, and I used it, and I got bit. This is the fish I caught. Like, that's a normal thing in my feed. I don't really see a lot of the showboat 5-hand or five bass, or even the Bubba, the red scale with the full receipt of all the fish they caught with the background. That's not something I normally see because I don't ingest that. That content is weird. And just like you're saying, it's not something that I personally can sit behind and say, oh yeah, this person he's a fish catcher. I don't know. This person does not put out enough content in the way that I like to see content for me to even bother to give them my time. But yeah, I mean, I wholeheartedly agree. I wouldn't stress on it, but at the same time, I wouldn't like. You can go back and look at like the Fast and the Furious time, like people sitting in front of cars, like crazy sports cars. Doesn't mean they own them. That don't mean they drive them. They were just at the show, and then now they got you thinking that this is what they drive because this is all they've been posting. Man, that's it. They just like you said, they're stroking egos. They have an algorithm to feed, and it's just not one that I'm subscribed to.
I blame fish brain, but um, so I have a burner account. It's not Alex Sterling, and so I
Wow.
go and I just talk
Don't
so much shit.
don't do that.
Um, it's it's good because it says it's not you. Um, that so okay, and but see that's without there's no like commercial promotional agendas, right? So then it kind of muddies that water pretty quickly when again, like we're talking about the industry and how the trends kind of influence the influencers that are just designed to influence the consumers. Golly, like the lack of, I mean, as well as I do, the commercial is just going to be the dude setting the hook and picking the fish up out of the water in slow motion.
Yep.
That's always been the case. It's always going to be the case. There's
Always.
nothing new there, but that's just how it is, and we're okay with that because it's familiar. We didn't watch Bill dance to get fashion tips, right? You watched it because it's Bill and like he's doing his stuff and he's got his bloopers. You know what I mean? Like it's like that. That's entertainment. Like you're not saying like, oh, I need to be like that. No, I want to watch Bill be Bill because that's Bill.
Yep.
Like I feel like that's lost. Like we don't really have that same stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're not, especially with social media and the short attention spans and short form content. That like a Bill dance wouldn't exist in 2026. It just nobody would be able to watch it. It's too long. It's 22-minute shows with commercials. Like we're not able to do that.
You need the Jeremy Wade recipe at that point.
Travel all over the world and catch things that could eat you.
Yep, make a whole story before and after of it. What I thought going into it, what the stories I heard, catch the fish. This is what I learned from catching a fish, and this is the stories that I'm taking to bring to you guys. But he definitely like he fantasized. He turned the creatures into monsters, and then showed how they were defeated. Like it's just, I don't know, the format that they had for River Monsters was very traditional storybook, but it worked very well with what he was doing and how he was catching fish, or here not catching the fish or getting beat up by the fish. Like it's, I think if we go back to the Bill Dance time and then we go into Jeremy Wade, there was definitely a gap of, I mean, we still have it. Like you said, there really isn't too much originality going into the fishing that will make you sit there and watch it. I mean, people who watched, what was the tuna show?
Not Deadliest Catch.
Yeah,
the other one.
Yeah, Deadliest Catch.
Well, that was the crab one.
Oh yeah. But yeah, for people who watched the tuna one, it really was more about the drama and the personalities than it was about the fishing, because they just like Missy said, it was very scripted, but it is what it was. Yeah, that's just a tough formula for what fishing is, to really get that kind of attention of people who aren't even interested in fishing. I know people who watch River Monster they don't care what line Jeremy Wade's throwing, what lures he's using. They just want to see the start to finish and then the storybook ending. You know what I mean? They like that format. Wicked tuna, yeah. Yep.
Well, I mean, good reality TV isn't real at all. You know that.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, yeah. So the key, like, to get people interested in content that isn't for people that also engage in the same. Like, I'm not going on a fucking lobster boat anytime soon, right? Probably.
Yep.
So you watch the show and it's like, oh, this is, treacherous and all. You know what I mean? Like all that kind of stuff. Sure. A lot, and we don't have time tonight to dig into it, maybe next time, of like people that are making a lot of the content now is for people that engage in the same activity. The problem is they don't want to watch other people doing what they want to do. Like what, and I've said it before, so let's not repeat too much, but the least interesting thing that you can do as a person who fishes is to create content of you catching fish to show other people that like to catch fish. They don't care. And they care, but they don't.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, oh, I gotta watch this person do the same thing that I like to do it the way that I would want to do it, but I can't do it because if I was doing it, I want to be watching it. Like, it turns into this like feedback loop of, what the hell am I doing? I don't know. Like, I'll watch people that are catching fish, but I'm not watching them to catch fish. I'm watching because it's in like what they're doing, how they're talking, what they're presenting, the information that is accompanied by the activity is what makes it interesting.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yep.
Other people aren't, but look up fishing videos that are popular. Fishing fights, dock Karen screaming, boat sinking. Like, it's all that dramatic shit that could have technically appealed to somebody who doesn't give a damn what a test is.
Yep.
And then that's your stardom. That's your, like, one of Greg Blanchard's like most watched videos is fishing fights compilation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, millions of views. It's fishing fights. No, he's got like top tier content. He knows what he's doing. He's sponsored by some of the biggest brands in the game.
And he does tournaments, and he has pretty good tournament results here and there. But yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Most popular video is always going to be fishing fights or Karen situation.
Fight more people, yeah. So that's what it boils down to. So if you want to get big with fishing, start punching motherfuckers, because that's really what's going to get your content out there.
Yeah, yep. I mean, any type of drama is definitely going to bring in eyes. I mean, we can even look at weights and fish. Like, how many people were hyped on that? Like, not even
news stories everywhere, like online, like Yahoo News, fucking Google News. Like, whoa.
And I can guarantee you, 90% of the people that even talked about don't even know what a walleye is. So.
No, I see comments like, people get paid to fish. So yeah, like,
yeah.
You gotta, yeah.
It's definitely going to bring eyes to it. So, but like, I mean, I guess like anything, it has to be some weird drama-esque situation to bring people into it. That's just how it goes. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, we're closing in on the last 9 minutes. I guess we'll open it up. Oh yeah, Missy. Talking about the drama of Discovery Channel and its shows. Yeah, I mean they've learned. They had a run. It's not like it wasn't successful. They had a run. They knew what worked. They had a script. They just needed actors, and they just had to figure out an industry where they can manipulate the script for those actors. But yeah, what are you guys seeing? Everybody that's on the water, what are you guys seeing for your shifts? What have you noticed that has changed? What are your post spawn patterns, or your spawn patterns, or your pre-spawn patterns? Like, what are y'all seeing out there?
Lots of game wardens.
Whole bunch of green pants. Whole bunch of green pant wearing law enforcement.
Come back with a warrant.
Bang. You waiting for the salmon run? Yeah, good luck on that one. I think all we got around here, T, is what, trout? Yeah, oh no, I guess you can catch some saltwater boys. Speckled trout. I got checked the other day. Yeah. I mean, D-Money got checked, what, last week? So, yeah, anytime it's like spawn, pre-spawn, they're always going to be out. That's like the perfect time where all the fishermen come out.
Well, it's free fishing weekend in Virginia this upcoming weekend, where you don't have to have a license. And you can go. It's free fishing weekend, so I'm gonna be out there, absolutely ignorant as hell.
Yeah, Missy. Most of us are we're not fishing for meat. I like to see them hitting up all the saltwater stuff. I hear you.
Oh, everything around here is 6 inches of water, so that's what you got. That's your options.
I've definitely been enjoying the 6 to 8 foot range for my fish. They have been very predictable, except for that 7 pounder sitting in like 3 feet of water.
Yeah, it's crazy. You get up, you drive all the way home, and it's like, to hell with it. We're gonna catch something today.
First
Here we
fish, 7 younder. Yeah.
Golly, that's a good welcome home gift right there.
It is. It definitely is. I'm still pissed, but yeah, it definitely is. 6 inches of water bass are about to put in flounder. Yeah.
No, we got those spots. You catch a largemouth and travel a couple 100 yards one way or the other, catch a flounder.
Flounder. Yeah.
Same lure.
Missy, yeah, that's you need to talk to Discovery Channel about your fishing exploits.
Your own show right there.
Yep. You gotta tell me you can't be showing how I'm walking up these trails or whatnot. And you can't show my spots, but you got a whole show right there.
Taking over the crown that had been put back on the mantle by Outdoor Boys.
Oh man, Outdoor Boys. Gonna get dropped in. You gonna go for some smallmouth this year? That's fun. They are a fun species. So T, what you got lined up for the weekend?
90-degree temps and no rain.
Yeah.
So, depending on, I want to get the boat out. I already talked to Mike, and I asked him if he wanted to try to get out. He sounded to be in agreement that he'd like to get out, so we probably get the boat out. But just depends on when the thunderstorm, because it'll probably be Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderstorm is supposed to roll in later in the day, so we'll see. So I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get out somewhere I ain't been in a while. Some new scenery,
Nice.
and just see what the hell's going on. Like, no expectations. I'm going to be in the mountains in like 3 weeks.
Oh, family
So
trip?
that'll be fun. It's supposed to be. And southern fork of the Shenandoah River. So we'll be trying to get all kinds of critters that aren't
man.
normally around here. So I'm going to get at
You
least
need
one
some
more
cold
good dose
water.
of some local bullshit. Not sure if I'm bringing the people along or not, but we'll see what we can do. Because I can't.
I'm about to say, keep that to yourself. Keep that one to yourself.
Like, it's such a pain in the dick to try to manage all of this stuff. It's hot, so I got to bring the phone cooler out. So you got to have a power bank for the phone cooler, a power bank for the phone, power bank for the GoPro, power bank for my vape. I don't have all these kind of things that just turn into like this large management. Like, it's just such an undertaking. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I am kind of exaggerating just because that's what we do. But like, the people that go out and go on the boats and like do all the different angles, like, I respect the hell out of y'all, because way more patience than I have, or probably will ever have. It's just so much to manage. It doesn't sound like a lot. It really doesn't. But like, those precious minutes that you're using to try to manage and check this and plug this in, whew. Oh man, Bill didn't have to worry about all that. He had a whole crew, right? Like, he could just do his thing and fish his private lakes, and everything went well. Usually, wear your same clothes on different days so you can use the footage and compile it into one episode. Like, it was a system, and it worked just fine.
Yep.
There's a reason they had an entire crew, right, to make all that happen. So it's one of those type of deals. You gotta work with what you got. So
I hear you.
Trying to make it too complicated. Always say that. It always ends up complicated. So the constant revolving door of trying to be a content creator. I cleared 900 subscribers on YouTube finally. So we're trying to get to 1,000 before, and 300 of them are on my accounts. But the point being is, we're trying to get to 1,000 before the end of the year. So we're in the final push to hit 1K. This isn't an advertisement. If you don't have to go there, it is on the screen. I get that, but you don't have to go. So we'll kind of see if we can't so I basically have to go fight somebody at a dock, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, you gotta have a Karen moment, and then it's gonna explode. Just throw it in the shorts, and then just say, if you want more Karen moments, hit the sub button, and then bam, now you're at 10,000.
If you want to see me fight this this dockhand down here at the marina, I'll release part 2 of the footage.
Yep,
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like we're gonna incentivize a bunch
this
of
violence.
misdemeanors. Man.
Hell yeah!
It's a great time to be alive.
Hell yeah. That's kind of crossing the border. You're gonna get the what's Buddy's name? Who's in jail for 1.5 billion or million? Chud. Get the Chud the Builder situation. You're just not out there being a racist. Just being out there being a instigator of hands.
It's on site. I got 10 reasons to let me fish.
It's like, yo, first person to say I can't. Sure. Yo, Playboy, welcome back. 107, dog. Let's go. Oh. You and Missy holding it down. You and Missy holding it down. Man, appreciate that, Playboy. I hope all is well. We're talking to your neighbor T over here. He's in the DMV area.
I'm at the DMV
Waiting for that check. He on the line number 375. We're still on number 3.
All I'm saying is, while you're getting batteries, you're getting baits, I'm trying to get a protein shake. Pro staff, because when you're fighting motherfuckers at the marina, you got to make sure you can rest, recuperate, and get your muscle back up. That's why I like to always drink, so that way I'm prepared for the next fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, listen, we are
not Everlast on my to call list, son. I'm out there punching them.
We're not promoting T's hands going to everyone. We're
rated E for everybody.
All right, let's stop this before we actually get in trouble.
My PO said if I gotta go to the judge one more time and explain why we've been a bunch of a family of 4 at the marina and they don't even speak English, I said that's probably why we were so mad at each other, because we couldn't communicate. But these hands are a universal language.
Hands
you know what I'm saying?
Hands are always universal. That's been proven throughout time. No matter what language you speak, fighting is always for everyone.
They was trying to give me a hard time, and I said, brother, that's what the French called no bueno, because you about to get fucked up, son, and that's all it was. And that was the day we got kicked out of the marina. 20,000 views right there. Easily.
You've exceeded. You're going to exceed your numbers. You're only needing. What did you say? 100 some odd? Now you're at like 2,000 or 20,000 easily. Just one video, you throwing hands. I'm sorry that it's come to this, but yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
So you gonna be out this weekend?
I told the wife no, so we'll see how long that lasts. I know she's gonna be traveling to go see the new nephew who was born a couple of weeks back.
Hell yeah!
So I'll be on dog watching duty if we don't just go together and then we take the dogs. I'm not sure. I don't even think you're supposed to bring dogs to newborn, so I don't know. I don't know all the logistics.
There ain't no law. You be all right.
Yeah, I don't know all the logistics. So once we get closer to that time, we'll figure it out. I do know Buddy does want to go. Yeah, I do know a buddy wants to go check out Heiko and Afterbay for the tournament later this month. But yeah, I don't have. Yes, maybe I'll be out, but no, nothing's guaranteed at this point.
That's why everybody should make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so they'll be alert when things go live.
Yeah. Yep.
By
Watts Cycle. Yeah. But yeah, that's the plan right now. Is if I do have time to get out, I'll get out, but nothing's guaranteed. I did want to kind of just sit and kind of loathe in the Santee Cooper shenanigans or the lack thereof shenanigans, and call it, just give it a couple more days to kind of like settle in for me to get the salt out. But yeah, anything goes at this point. We'll see.
24-hour stream confirmed.
Yo, hell no. That is a never go. That is a no-go, brodo. Yeah, Playboy. We got two dogs. We got Bo and Breeze. I'm not bringing them in here. They should be in bed right now. They better be in bed right now. It's 10 o'clock. But yeah, I mean, nobody posted anything to you. I think we're good, man. Like, Missy got cold ass river water in the summer, so that's different. Why are you posting hydrates at the end of the stream? Oh, I do. I got a little bit of juice left. Cran grape. We hydrated. Good night, Missy. Thanks for coming in here at
Good morning.
Yeah, thanks for coming in here in the morning to sit down and watch some two Yankees talk about some fishing.
I can't stand my own voice at 4 a.m., so I apologize.
Yeah. But yeah, man, once again, T, great job. Everybody, thank y'all so much for coming in. Y'all have a great morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever y'all are at. And yeah, talk to us about your fishing. Post more pictures. We know Alacon's scoped up. But yeah.
I was thinking of adding, I don't know if I can, I probably can't, but if you can, add a section to the Discord called starting lineups.
Okay.
So when people are getting prepared for their next trip, they can take a picture of their rods and their stuff that's already tied on, and then that's their starting lineup for the trip.
Oh,
Hell
I like it. I like it.
Just ideas.
Yeah.
Just ideas.
The channel has been added.
Cran grape. Like a
Cran.
drug test. Oh, my man knows some stuff. All right. Yeah, we're gonna have to take this one after hours.
Yeah, no, it's just tasty. It's
That's what they all say.
It's just
No.
tasty.
There it is. 2 more to go.
Hydrate it. Now, you know what's crazy though, and we'll go to the story about Ocean Spray Cran Grape. So, and this is probably for like the low income areas of the U.S. Minute Maid used to make grape punch, or no, was it? Yeah, it was grape. Yeah, it was grape punch. It's been discontinued in like most local stores until you go to like some wrecked low income areas, and you'll find some variants of it. But the cran grape recipe tastes just like the grape punch stuff from the old Minute Maid carton stuff. Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact. If you guys ever were on that grape punch Minute Maid like feel out the carton, because we know out the bottle never tasted the same, cran grape hits it every time. Every time, all the time. But yeah, thanks everybody. We'll talk to y'all in 2 weeks. Be safe on the water. Catch some fish and send us pictures. I don't know what T's doing, but that's it.